Okay, hello. This video is another tutorial video. I have a lot of tutorial videos on my website at epsilon144.com. There'll be a link in the description that goes to my website, but if you want to learn FL Studio, if you want to learn about Ableton, if you want to learn about music theory, recording like this video is, the music industry, and like creative thinking, all important topics for production and music creation in our time, this new era of the internet and everything. You can check them out at my website at epsilon144.com. But this video is going to talk about recording for beginners. So say you just got like a microphone like this here, something like this, which is a fairly cheap microphone. The entire setup with the stand, the shock mount, this shock mount here, and the pop filter will run you close to $200, but the microphone by itself, just the microphone, is only $70, and it's good. So I'll show you that real quick. If you come, so we're gonna go into Google, and I'm gonna show you this microphone. It is a Sterling Audio ST51, and here you can see that they're showing it on eBay for 70, Guitar Center for 100. I got it on sale for 70 at Guitar Center. Musician's Friends, so it's around $100, okay? But this is all you get is the microphone. This microphone here, the shock mount, the stand, the pop filter, combined, it'll run you about $230 for everything, so you can have a hands-free setup and all of that. There are USB microphones. I know that here's just look up USB microphones. I know like the Blue makes a USB one. It's like a table. It just goes on the table. But here you can see like USB microphones. Rather go to Guitar Center, and you can just see some here. So yeah, the Blue Yeti, this one here. It is more expensive, but the thing is, if you don't have an audio interface, this microphone will work. It's this one here. My friend actually had one of these, and now he sold it to my other friends, and my other friend has it. Now he's doing podcasts with it. But this is a USB microphone, so you don't need an audio interface to operate it. It plugs directly into your computer or laptop, and so it's just ready to go. It goes right into your software, and you can record into any video editing software or audio editing software, or recording software. And yeah, so if you don't have an audio interface, which is kind of a more advanced, not super advanced, but like the audio interface is necessary for recording lots of instruments and lots of microphones. And if you don't have one, if you're starting out with recording, you might want to go with this option. It says $150 here at Guitar Center, or whatever. This one here is 60, the Behringer USB Studio condenser mic. I don't know how good these are, but the two reviews say it's pretty decent. So yeah, so that's the cheapest way because you don't have to buy an interface. And interfaces are pretty expensive. My interface is like $800. So just to run my equipment and everything it costs a lot of money. But this microphone and everything is XLR. So now going back to this, what I have here, if you do have an audio interface, you can use like anything that's XLR, all right, audio like this. So you're gonna plug this XLR, which looks like this at the other end, these three little prongs, all right, this goes into, or three connectors, this goes into the audio interface, and then it goes into the bottom of your XLR. This is a different one, so my voice is still working. If you're wondering why if my voice hasn't cut out because I unplugged it, this is for the keyboard, all right, so it's not for the microphone. And yeah, so you plug it in directly to your audio interface, and it's not going to work without any software. You have to have software to run this microphone, okay? Software can be Pro Tools. I know Pro Tools is like thrown out there as the big one that comes with a lot of entry-level kind of microphone packages and stuff, microphone kits. You can use Pro Tools, You can use FL Studio, Ableton, Logic, anything. And I'm sure video editing software as well will let you pick up the microphone from this. So like in OSB or OBS, in this OBS software here that I'm using to stream and record video, if you go into settings and you do audio, you can set desktop audio as let's see here. Yeah, might not. You might have to run it through like a different one. I haven't looked at this yet, so yeah, I don't see. Oh, here we go. Mic auxiliary audio device. Okay, so you can set a mic and auxiliary audio device. Mine's disabled because I'm running it through FL Studio, which I'll get into in a sec, but you can choose your audio interface in here as MBox Pro, and that means your MBox Pro is going to come through as the mic auxiliary audio device and be picked up in your software. Okay, this is granted you have an audio interface and you understand what an audio interface does. If you're using USB, it's going to come up as a different option through USB. Yeah, so basically we're going to go into FL Studio here. This is what FL Studio looks like. But you can be using Pro Tools, or you could be using Ableton, or you could be using a different audio workstation. But basically they're all the same. You have inputs and outputs, and I have a lot of videos that talk about how to set up your inputs and outputs correctly in the audio settings to run this. So you want to choose the input up here in this, the input in Ableton, the inputs in the audio settings, and Logic, it's in both the audio settings and like a mixer kind of situation where on the track you can choose the input, but you want the input to be your audio interface or your USB microphone. So you'll see, well, with the USB microphone it's going to be running a little differently, but you'll see the audio interface selections channels here, channel 0 through channel 7, so it has 8 channels, and then you just choose what you want to do. I have videos that show you how to set up all these inputs and outputs, so I'm not going to do them, but that's a basic setup with a microphone. If you're beginning, I recommend using a USB like that Blue Yeti, because then it plugs directly into the computer. You don't need an audio interface. It has a built-in preamp inside of the microphone, and it has a built-in like phantom power and everything, which is another big thing for these microphones. These microphones require phantom power, which will be on the audio interface. I'm pretty sure most audio interfaces have an option for phantom power, which is the plus 48V on the audio interface. But these new USB microphones, they have that all kind of built into the microphone, so you don't need this external hardware called an audio interface to run it. Now I'm going to plug in my my keyboard. I'm going to show you how to get like vocals and instruments going at the same time. So keyboard's coming on here. Now we're getting some signal, but this is MIDI. Okay, so this signal that you're seeing from me pressing the key on track 1 and on the kick up here, you'll see the kick. You'll probably hear it too. I can't hear it because my monitors are off. Yeah, so you can hear the kick, but that's MIDI. Okay, so you're communicating information through MIDI when you're doing that, and you don't really want that. So I'm gonna turn that off, and now you're still getting that, but you're not gonna hear the kick. All right, the kick's muted. I hope, because I can't hear anything, but it should be because it's off on the light. And you're going to want to open up a new track here. So on track, so my voice is here on track 5, and now this keyboard I'm going to put onto track 6. So now you should hear the key play. So I'm going to turn my monitors on real quick. Yeah, but you hear the kick too. The kick's coming through. So how do I get that kick off? There, just turn the volume. All right, so now this is completely audio. Whatever. So that's audio keyboard. Okay, that's not MIDI at all. That's completely audio. everything coming through was coming through on audio signals going into my audio interface into a different mixer track using a different channel. Okay, so my keyboard's plugged into channel 0 essentially in my audio interface, which is this. Okay, and then Siri.
Let me check that. My web search turned something up for okay, so my keyboard plugged into channel 0 essentially in my audio interface is this. Have a look.
Fuck? Okay. Thank you, Siri. I gotta sample her sometime in one of my songs, you know. But yeah, so that's coming through on channel 6, or on track 6 in the mixer through channel 0 on my interface. Okay, and then my microphone is plugged into channel 1 on my interface, and it's coming through on track 5 in the mixer. So on track 5 as the input, channel 1 for the microphone here, and that's where you get that. And then more instruments, guitars, more microphones, drum set. If you mic a drum set, you just keep adding new tracks with those instruments and those microphones. And yeah, so that's how you do it. You get a little basic like setup there for instruments and microphones. Okay, so if you don't have an audio interface, make sure you get a USB microphone. It'll work directly into your computer. So if the microphone is XLR like this one is, you have to have an audio interface. But then the audio interface is really useful because you're able to record this piano or whatever, guitar. You can plug guitar directly into this interface, so you don't have to mic like an amplifier. Because I know that's a big mistake beginners make, is that they think like, oh, I have a guitar, so I'm gonna get a microphone, I'm gonna mic the amp, you know, the amp of a guitar, but you can plug directly into the interface. So that signal that's coming from your electric guitar is going into the interface and then into your editing software here on the screen, and you're getting that signal so you can record. And then to record, you want to just use the microphone in this one. So all right, this is a recording. I'm not recording myself talking to here. It probably sounds really bad, but whatever, you know. It's currently 10 o'clock at night, so it's all good, man. It's all good. All right, this is a recording. I'm not recording myself talking to here. It probably sounds really... So yeah, then that's how you record. And then you get this audio thing here in the program, or in the software, and then you're able to record and make the music that way. So I think that covers a basic setup for recording. If you have any questions, please contact me or drop a comment below. For more videos and more free downloadable content for electronic music, visit my website at epsilon144.com. There'll be a link below for that as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll answer them, and give this a like and a subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So thank you. Have a great day.